Hi, this is Mauvu doing your feedback. If you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. It's just good map list. You should have taken the Iron Sword to use Iron Axe. Well, actually, you make shares here, but you still take the Iron Sword because it's just like there's multiple reasons. Because like this is a gold axe center, so you're I mean, no, this is an Iron Axe center because you have the fire charge. Um, But yeah, like even if you could only enter with a gold axe, you'd rather use an iron sword in fort first over a gold axe, just for like the durability and like not having to like crit every hit. It's just a lot nicer to clear out blazes. And then yeah, with iron axe, obviously alternating axe crit and sword crit is just the fastest way to kill blazes next to a diamond sword. And here, yeah, you want to, before you start crafting at the very least, you just want to clear as much of your hotbar as you possibly can. So like you finish mining this log, and while it's like on that cooldown before you can pick it up, you could hotkey out the fish and the apples and throw out the flint. Yeah, I think that's just like not being aware of what we could craft. Like 11 iron, 1 gold and a fire charges, iron axe, pickaxe, bucket, shears, gold shovel. And yeah, just more inventory management. Like, well, if we'd taken the fish, the gapples, and the flint off our hotbar, we'd have had logs on our hotbar and the leaves. So like, the leaves are ready to be used in our portal build, and then the logs are like on our hotbar ready for to be crafted into planks, and then a boat like immediately. It's just better to do like this inventory management sort of stuff before you start your crafts, so that after you finish your crafts, like when you've got more stuff happening in your inventory, it's more like standardized, so it's easy to deal with. And yeah, just like instead of throwing out the shears, even if you're not going to use shears like in the overworld, which I'd recommend, like just having them on the bar, like as like a useful slot. You can just pick block leaves instead. Um, right. Can you not? I thought you could build the portal, the main portal on this. It didn't look corrupted, right? Yeah. Wait. Am I being? Is it? Okay. I might be actually fully seeing things, but that's just normal obsidian, right? Or is this bit right? Like, okay. Well, if it is normal obsidian, I might just it's almost 1 a.m. So if give me a break if it's not, But yeah, there's a faster portal variation that takes like this like sub 6 seconds where you fill in using this like these 3 obsidian blocks as part of the frame on C dot. So if you want, I can link you a video of like demonstrating that. And then I believe there's also a faster backup than what you're doing here as well. That uses some of the other like pre-placed obby. So yeah, I can link you that as well. Yeah, okay, it's full obby. I don't know why it looks like so pixelated from the other. before. Okay, let's just go back here. Okay, so we saw the spike load in, and it didn't appear in front of us. Like the entities in front of us didn't spike up at the same time, so we know the bastion is not directly in the in our like current facing field of view, so we can like whip our mouse out of that field of view to like the left or right, and then do our E-ray. It's just like a little like micro time save you can use. I think you just do top down on this. Like this lava floor, you've only got leaves. Like if this was dirt, maybe there was some some justification to like boat down here, but I just don't believe in that at all there. Okay, pre-gap, that's just bad. Like you've got gold ingots, you've got card. Like at the very worst, if there was a guy like right here, you could right click him with a gold ingot and then box yourself into this hole, which I think you should have done anyway. It's not like this guy's aggroed. You definitely could have taken like a sword hit there. Yeah, I just don't like the way you're looting this. Like a pretty consistent way at doing this is boxing yourself in this hole, and then placing a block here, and then breaking it. And before it finishes breaking, you hold down right click so you open the chest, like immediately after breaking the block, so that any guys that would be able to see you have very little time to actually get a line of sight aggro. And the less time they have to like be able to notice you, the less chance they'll be able to like get the chest aggro of you opening it. So you'll be able to get them with the break chest aggro later, and they won't need to have like, it's just a load of like piglin aggro stuff going on. Okay, so it's just like at some point after breaking this block, you should be like cooldown skipping is just like part of your bastion wrap muscle memory, really. Like you don't need to like cooldown skip throughout the whole run, but in parts of the run where like it's very like streamlined and routed, like you would route like any other speed game, it's very good to just go for as many micro time saves as you can, because it's very like easy to do them every time, because it's like the bastion route's the same every time pretty much, because like bastions are very like standardized structures. Like, well, obviously they're not, but like a right triple bridge is the exact same every time, right? Apart from like mob spawns, but like I think you get the point of what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So I wasn't okay. Yeah. So just a few things that I've just remembered. I don't think we F3C'd on Nether Enter, did we? But yeah, I don't believe we ever changed our pie chart to spawner, which you should be doing at some point in the overworld. Like generally when you're digging on the BT is a good place to like close your like zero out your pie chart, and then at the very latest you will change it to spawner in the portal animation. And that's so you can like check for a spawner on Nether Enter immediately, to give you the information of whether you should look around for the fortress or not. And I mean, obviously you see the fortress like immediately on this Nether, but like, and then yeah, I mean, the reason I remembered that is like, this is the point in the run where you would start pyring, or if you've already seen the fortress, you change your pie chart back to the block entities pie chart, so that it's like front loaded to like pyro for, not pyro, like do mapper scans for the spawners in the fortress. should have taken the iron out of that chest. Like, I think that's just like a mistake. Like, okay, yeah. So while they're trading this last bit of gold, you throw out like some. You just get out of this hole, throw out like your fire res into this hole, and then you pre-craft a bed. But yeah, obviously, I mean, you threw out some blackstone earlier, but you don't generally rely on the blackstone that you get from mining and housing to make an axe. But you could have used it here. But yeah, obviously, iron axe would have been much better. Oh, you've got iron nuggets as well. Actually, you could use those for an axe. Hold on, I think that's more I want to talk about here. So like, I'll just yeah. So like a few things. Generally, a good idea to split your nether brick to help ensure that if as long as you get enough trades, you'll be able to make 32 nether bricks, which is enough for like any zero really. And yeah, when we're looking at stuff we're clearing our inventory with, the main thing you want to look at is like just random blocks basically. So like there's the bone blocks and the cobblestone are like the two things I'm looking at here. Oftentimes you'll also have like extra stacks of leaves, which I think you got rid of earlier, which is good. But yeah, also like magma blocks, netherrack, and then a ton of blackstone stuff. Like all of that is stuff that's just easily stuff to get rid of. Then there's like enchanted books, and especially in RSG, you only need 2 fire res because like 6 minutes from Bastion Leaf is more than enough to like finish the run entirely. So I tend to sort my inventory in such a way that I'll have 2 fire res in certain slots, normally over on the bottom left, and then like any other fire, it's like any fire res that's not in those slots, I can just throw out immediately because it's just like I don't need to think about it because I already know I have fire res in those slots, and like so I don't need extra. But yeah, like just a lot of there's also other stuff with inventory management that can be done like in the Bastion, like as we're like just mining the gold and stuff, we can like quickly double tap our inventory key to like open our inventory just to like have a quick flash of the inventory menu to like think about what we have in that inventory. Like as we're mindlessly like mining gold blocks, it gives you just like stuff to think about, like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this, like clear out my inventory like with by doing this stuff or whatever. And like so when you go to this the chest here, where is it? Like say we'd double tapped inventory key a couple times during our bastion route, maybe we already had like pre-fired like, oh, I know there's a bunch of stuff over here that I don't need. So then you open this chest, you loot it, and then you immediately look here, and then you just go, okay, book, spectral arrows, blackstone, netherrack, cobblestone, and then I don't recommend clearing magma cream and leather, because you generally pick up extra stacks of those on your final trade check, but it doesn't hurt to get rid of them. But like, yeah, but you don't really need to be like thinking about getting rid of these stuff. So, but obviously in this situation, like if you're thinking, oh, there's a bunch of stuff in my like right hand side of my inventory that I would get rid of, you'd probably just your brain would autopilot to get rid of these, which is fine. But yeah, like you can clear this out really quickly, and then like you'd probably see the bone blocks because they're very obvious like things. Like the Guild of Blackstone, it's not so obvious because in like peripheral vision it kind of looks like obsidian, but yeah. Basically, like inventory management, there's a lot of nuance to it that takes a lot of practice, and it's just like there's a lot of things you can do to like practice it that doesn't involve straight up doing bastion routes. Like there's a lot of things you can do to like you can give yourself fully standardized like inventory slots throughout the run, like hotbar slots, like all of this stuff that helps with that, because it just gives you this like you don't need to know where stuff in your inventory is because like it's already there for you. If that makes sense. Like I feel like I'm not making the most sense with all of this. But yeah. Okay, so just go back to the start of this police fight. So obviously, I mean, Gold Axe, I talked about it earlier, but it's bad. Yeah, you don't need to kill this guy. Like, you just. So I'll just like explain the. So say we only had seen this spawner somehow. Like, you would just punch this guy to like stun him for like a half second, walk past him and block him off into this area, and then for this spawner, you can just run up to it and then place 3 blocks along one of these like stairs, and he can't get up, and then you can just jump past him when you leave. Like it's just like you didn't need to kill him at all. And yeah, like I mean, I don't think you could have got a clean blaze bed off before the second cycle, but just having the pre-crafted bed is so much better for getting um, a 4 spawn on the second cycle, like very consistently. Uh, and yeah, like we get a third, like a 1 spawn there. Just like not necessary. And yeah, we're still holding on to 12 minutes of fire res. Like it's just something that you shouldn't. It should be like you should actively be trying to throw out fire res. That's what I'm trying to say because it's like a non-stackable like back to what I was saying in the Bastion, like the quartz, leather, and magma cream are like it's not the most useful to throw them out because like you will probably pick more of them up in the Bastion, but like that's the thing with the fire res and the soul speed books. Like you do still get them from trades, but they don't stack, so throwing them out still like is useful. And just like micro time save, you can alternate stack when pillaring up from a cave blind until you obviously hit the ceiling, at which point you should just be building with soul sands to break any like falling gravel that drops on you. But yeah. This is a really deep blind. Like most of that was pretty standard. Um, there was just a little bit of like inventory like stuff that happened that came from just not having standardized like slots of where our blaze rods go, and like just like the more you can standardize your inventory, just like the like less mistakes you're allowing yourself to make in the end game. Um, and like the reason I'm talking about like in the end game really there is because in RSG particularly, the end of the run is where you get nervous and you're like more likely to make mechanical mistakes. So you just want to give yourself as like a smaller chance of making mistakes as possible, really. Uh, so I think you could gapple now, to be honest. Like, I don't know. About this guy. Like, especially if you're not gonna be building out the soul sand like platform, this is a guy you just blaze boat off the side. Like, it was such a like just by far the best way to kill him. Uh, I yeah, I just disagree with that pearl hang as well. I think you should have, so you can either just not pearl hang, and just like tank the like time loss of it and soul skate down this bridge to save on health and pearls for like 0, or you can just pearl hang down the edge of this and like, because you're not getting an 114 block pearl, so you're gonna have to pearl again in this lava to quartz, which is just gonna be inaccurate, like compared to where you would be able to, like, you can probably just pearl onto quartz from the end of this like bridge, and you're able to be much more precise. And if there's terrain at those chords, you're going to be able to like precisely hit that terrain, compared to in lava, like you've got a very like good chance of just missing it, and like you wouldn't even know it's there to like aim at it as well. Like, that's, yeah, you've got to aim up higher to go 28 blocks. Like, I mean, that's just like a feeling thing. Like, you just have to like get used to distances in like these lava lake situations, of like how far you have to aim up to go, like distances that that Ninja Brainbot shows. Um, and just like a consistency thing with lighting this portal, I prefer to, so like you break this bottom like gravity block, and I just prefer to aim at the side of these blocks and just hold down right click with my light, because if you like um right click with your fire charge, the tick after breaking the block, it will just place a fire, because these gravity blocks above won't have updated yet, and it won't be a valid nether portal location, right? So, and then like you might just like not be able to light the portal before these 2 blocks fall and then block the portal again. So like just just looking at these walls and holding down right click is, it's just a more consistent way of like lighting the portal every time, like on tick cooldown as well. I think you should have done a rescan before committing down. Like, I liked where we rescanned there, but I think we should have done a rescan here as well, because we'd had like this sort of direction. It's kind of could be both directions. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, like sure we could have looked right and seen it, but I think the real problem was just not doing a rescan there. Like, it's just a sort of like we're trying to force an insta nav when the rescanning takes like half a second. You know, like it's not really gonna make or break your run, and it's just like extra consistency, like that you really want in end games where like you don't get to the end game very often, so you don't want to be like throwing them away for the sake of pace. You know, like you can easily push for faster overworlds, because like you can just get more entered. Like if you like fail and enter because you like go for a fast portal, like you can just like go next. But like if you fail nav because you're trying to just whip the insta-nav off your initial scan, you know, like, you can't just get another stronghold enter on pace that quickly, like, um, yeah, I think as far as like overarching things in this run, I felt a lot of it came down to just putting in the like out of run like thought stuff where you like figure out how you want your inventory to be throughout the whole run, and just the stuff like that where it's like the extra like consideration you like giving yourself on how you're going to do your crafting, like out of run, like you map it out in like a diagram or whatever you need to do. um it goes a long way to like optimizing your mechanics, I feel. So I just think stuff like that, and then like it's kind of the same thing with like Bastion inventory management, just like having your whole inventory standardized to like have all the certain stuff in different places like every single time. It just helps so much with just like with your inventory management in general, I think. So I feel like I'm saying inventory management a lot, but yeah, if you have any questions about it, just ping me in your thread. And yeah, thanks for sending in the run.